And we're back here. Thanks for allowing me to get some things reset here. With this, we've got more tornado warnings now. More tornado warning here. This does include the western part of Indiana radar indicated tornado here in southern Vigo County, northern Sullivan County, southwestern Clay County until 8:30. So a storm capable of producing a tornado. Here, just moving into the state lines, into the state of Indiana here. With this, and so we can see just the backside of the storm here where this rotation is. And so it's been under a tornado warning for quite a bit here with this storm here. Over Terre Haute, you're getting hit by a strong storm here. With this possible tornadoes tagged on this one, quarter size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust here with this storm. And then just to the north, ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. And a possible tornado is also tagged with this storm right here. And so let's take a look at the velocity while we're on this here. And so just some very broad rotation in this area. We're also watching here east of Bloomington, includes Nashville and Columbus. This rotation is going to go just on the south side of Nashville. With this, you can see the reds and greens that's really coming together there. Really coming together here. Okay, still radar indicated. But if you here are in the Brown County State Park area, you need to be taking shelter right now. So a very dangerous situation there in Brown County under this tornado warning there. So if you know anybody camping in this area, I'm really hoping that everybody is heeding the sirens that are probably sounding. If there's any cell phone reception, normally when I'm there, there's not cell phone reception. But if there is, hopefully people are getting these warnings here. And are taking shelter in a safe place, a safer place you can there in the state park and surrounding areas where people are probably out camping here for this weekend. Once we get through this weather tonight, we're going to have beautiful weather Saturday and Sunday here. But in the meantime, we've got to get through these severe storms tonight. So some broad rotation with this storm here. And so as we move back out here, okay, that's just an update there. Let's take a look here. Radar indicated tornado warning for another 20 minutes on this storm right here. So it's moved through the Westport area, now over Tuckertown and Millhausen. And let's take a look at the velocity. So we can see some reds and greens coming together here. So still broad rotation with this, but that broad rotation can produce a tornado at any second here. With that. And so this is an area that we'll continue to follow here and see how it continues to progress. Another tornado warning. This is to this includes North Vernon, Butlerville, Lovett, but more concerned in the kind of the Walnut Ridge area, and then anywhere between Grayford and to the east of that and San Jacinto area. I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation with that, but we've got some rotation there over the Walnut Ridge area right now, just to the south of Grayford, to the Crossley Fish and Wildlife area with that. And so we'll continue to watch this and see how that rotation develops here with this storm right here. So we're taking a look at 4 different supercell storms here that have produced tornado warnings. All right, well, we've got tornado warnings for these 4 storms here in south central Indiana. And so this is where the main threat is right now. We're watching these storms here, and then we're watching this patch of storms right there. We've got a line of storms continuing to move through and hopefully into Ohio pretty soon. So we'll continue to watch those. And if you're in far southern Indiana, where the risk is highest in probability for severe weather today, those storms are just getting ready to enter southern Indiana here with that. And so we'll, okay, that's not us, that's Kentucky. Okay, we just got a report of another PDS tornado warning with that. And so, yeah, that's not us with that. And so quite a bit going on, and quite a bit will happen here as we continue to move on here. So still watching a hook echo here east of Bloomington with that. We're seeing a hook echo here just to the west of Batesville with that. We're watching some rotation here to the south of North Vernon here with that hook. We're continuing to watch this storm here where the back end's just getting into Indiana right now in the Prairie Creek area north of Sullivan. We're watching that hook there. I continue to watch over Terre Haute here, a possible hook forming here to the southwest of Greencastle, a possible hook forming here with this. And so a lot going on here in south central Indiana as these storms continue to move to the east at around 50 miles per hour with that. And then if we take a look at Evansville again, this large storm is starting to head your direction here. With that, I don't think it's going to go that far north, but it's going to move slightly north and east there, more east than north. And so if you're in far southwestern Indiana, you're going to be rocking and rolling here pretty soon with some severe weather with that. And so I'm going to click on each here and just to make sure that if we've got any kind of an updates here with them. So they're all radar indicated tornadoes. So each one of these tornado warnings that you see on the screen here are all tornado warned storms that are radar indicated here. And we'll continue to watch here north of Sullivan here between really the Nashville area here with this. And then we're a couple of parts of the storms here that we continue to watch there. Another one we'll watch for right down there. Another one we'll watch for is right there. Another one we'll watch for is right there. Another one right there. And another one right there with this. So we're watching a lot here. We're trying to keep it all straight as we go through here with this. Whiteland is, okay, some wind damage there in Whiteland and Zionsville, Whitestown area. We've got some damage reported there. Pea-size hail in Johnson County with that. We got trees down in Zionsville with that. So if these storms are, yeah, let's go back to the storm here in the Nashville area. Let's do that. With that, I just got an update on that. Okay. I'm wondering if that's a debris ball over Brown County State Park here with that. So let's take a look here at the velocity. And so you can see the rotation here that's gone through Brown County State Park with that. Let's see here. Okay, hard telling here from this radar right here. But I'm wondering if this isn't a debris ball that's formed right here. All right, we see the inflow pretty good right there. All right, we're seeing the outflow coming out there with that. If you're in Brown County, that would be horrible for those camping in Brown County. I really hope they got the warning ahead of time with this. So if you're around or know anybody around State Road 35, the Pikes Peak area, the New Bellsville area, it's likely based on radar here that we've got a tornado on the ground. And so that's I don't want to scare anybody, but yet I do, because if there's a tornado on the ground, this is a place where you don't get very good cell reception in that. And I'm sure we've got a lot of people on a Friday night out camping, probably not paying attention to the weather, probably not getting warnings on their cell phone. And I really, really, really hope, oh man, I really do hope those in the Brown County area here, and as it moves east here into Bartholomew County, that we can heed these warnings here. And so I'm still radar indicated with this tornado here. So that's Pikes Peak area, from Pikes Peak to Columbus. We need to be paying attention with this possible tornado on the ground. And this is by me looking at it here with that. The National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center just put out an update here from about Indianapolis and all the way through southern Indiana. The tornado threat is likely to continue over the next couple of hours. Strong tornadoes will be likely. And I think that's what we're seeing here. I'm going to put that up on the screen real quick so you can see it, what we're seeing here. So tornado threat likely to continue over the next couple of hours. Strong tornadoes likely. Long track, high end tornado will be possible. They're in far southern Indiana, really into Kentucky area with that. So we still have a lot going on with that here. And Man, the storm over 135 here, it's got me really worried with that. And we don't have any cameras there in the Nashville area um, with that. And so we need to find a camera there looking to the west. None of them ever seem to be looking to the west. Do they? East, north, southwest. Okay, we got one in southwest, but it's not showing us a whole lot. So that's in Columbus there with that. And so I was just trying to find a camera here that would help us out. So this is the one in Columbus there. Okay, off I-65 with that. And so we'll monitor this. We'll monitor this, but I'm really worried on So yeah, let's continue to monitor this. I'm going to pull back and see the storm here. So kind of seeing a hook here on your left side. So we got broad rotation just past the Fairbanks area. So Farmersburg, you need to be taking shelter right now. So if you're Farmersburg, Baldridge, Shelburne, any of those areas there, you need to be taking shelter right now due to the rotation here. I mean, this just looks worse and worse every time. Wow. With this. And so it's just so much clutter there. But over the Pikes Peak area, man, I'd be hard pressed if this is not a debris ball. It'd be hard to convince me it's not at this time. And so we've got no cameras in this area, unfortunately. It's a pretty remote area, which is good. But the bad news is, the bad news is very simply, it's an area that doesn't get very good cell reception. We've got a lot of people, I'm sure, that are out camping. They're out in the woods tonight. And we've got this massive, really bad looking radar here with this. We've got baseball size hail. For those who aren't getting the rotation, this is getting near the Columbus area right now. Just a crazy, crazy, crazy situation with this. And yeah, I'm just so surprised that we're not seeing a confirmed tornado on this. With this, let me get this off here. I'm going to dig in here and see if we got any updates from the National Weather Service in this tornado warning, including Batesville, Brookville, Sunman until 8:30 with that. And so right before it gets into Ohio there. So that'd be Dearborn, Franklin, Ripley counties until 8:30 there. And so just maintaining that. So yeah, I'm seeing reports of the same thing that we're seeing here on our radar with this. And so getting reports of the debris ball on this radar right here. And so, okay. Okay, so I think we just got the update on this. Let's see if we, okay, yep, okay. So this is what we're watching here. Okay, so it just took some time here for it to, so tornado warning remains in effect until 8:15 for southwestern Shelby, southeastern Brown, and western Bartholomew counties. At 8:01, a few minutes ago, confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Columbus, moving east at 50 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation with this. So just as we were just talking about there, this is it right here. So this is our debris ball. This is where debris has been picked up that we've noticed ever since it went over Brown County State Park, Pikes Peak, New Bellsville, and it's entering right now Grandview Lake. So we've got a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is an observed tornado on the ground causing considerable amount of damage here. And so if you are anywhere in the path of this storm, so east of Nashville, if you're in Bartholomew County, including the city of Columbus, who's getting ready to get rocked here by some large hail and some very gusty winds. You need to be taking shelter right now. Take shelter right now with this. And so Columbus, you're getting the start of this here, and it's just going to get worse for you. It's going to get worse for you over the next several minutes here. You can see the rain hitting the camera there. Traffic still flowing on I-65 that you can see in the back there, on the top right side of the screen. With that, we've got several trucks here who have stopped. Good idea to be stopped. Hopefully, getting out of their the semi there and into the sturdy building there on site. And so we'll continue to monitor this camera view. But this is a major situation here. It's a particularly dangerous situation with this. Take cover right now. We've got an observed tornado on the ground. Observed tornado on the ground here. So Grandview Lake area all the way to Columbus need to be taking shelter right now. It's imperative to take shelter right now. We've got multiple tornado warnings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I count correctly, tornado warnings right now in Indiana, but this is by far the most worrisome one that we got going on. So Grandview Lake area need to be taking shelter right now. It's extremely important with that. We've got some very large hail here with this storm, and I'm going to put this over here. Okay, so we dropped a hair on this. Okay, so that's good news. With that, but we got, oh man, massive storm here. This is a huge supercell heading over the Columbus area right here, right now with that. And if we zoom out here, this is what we're looking at. Tornado warning just to the south of Terre Haute. Multiple warnings now on this storm here over the Columbus area right this second here. And then we've got a couple of other, 3 other tornado warnings, one North Vernon, one just south of Greensburg, and one east of Batesville right now. So multiple tornado warnings with this. We've got some storms heading as far southwestern Indiana that we'll continue to monitor. But this is the big one right here. This is it, the one that we're watching with that. And it's hard to see there on the, getting a little bit messy on the correlation with that. And so we still have the rotation here. It's passing Grandview Lake area. Where the reds and greens comes together there with that. And this is it. This is it. So we got the hail core right here over the Columbus area. We've got the inflow right there where it's getting sucked in there. All right, we've got the outflow coming this way right here. All right, so we're getting our rotation here. And this right there looks to be a debris ball where the debris is flying up into the atmosphere, and the radar is picking it up with that. And so scary situation here getting towards the Columbus area with this. And so let's check in with our camera here to see if we got anything that we can see with that. Putting the motion there. So traffic's still flowing. Traffic's still flowing there on I-65, albeit I was going to say slow, but some of the cars don't look like they're going that slow as we go through there. So lots going on, lots to monitor. But this is our biggest storm right now, an observed tornado on the ground. Observed tornado on the ground. Difficult situation in that, and I'm trying to see if we can get a okay, so if we are on 65 here and we want to be Hillsborough, okay, will that give us it's a south facing one, so we'll watch this one here. Okay, let's go back to here. Okay, just got an update there. Okay, so got quiet there because we just got an update here. Tornado still on the ground. Tornado still on the ground here with this storm. And crazy. So is he live? Sometimes he goes live. Okay. So they're watching the tornadoes possibly lifted and recycling here. Okay. And so let's go back to the radar here with this. So possibly the tornado here is lifted. And so you see, we don't see that just that one circled debris ball at the very end there with this. So it is, we're hearing reports that this tornado here that's in this area here that's heading over Columbus has lifted and is recycling with that. And so that's what we're trying to watch here as this storm here, and it should be right over this area. It's just we're not going to be able to see the clouds. We're not going to be able to see that here. Them rotate in this picture here, but we're getting reports here that it has since lifted and possibly recycling here. And so particularly dangerous situation here in this area. So we got this PDS tornado warning here, and kind of watching some storm spotters around that we don't have permission to put them on air here with that. And so, okay, here's a picture. Let me show you a picture here. This is what went through Monroe County. This is the tornado that we're talking about here that's moved through Bartholomew County now as well. So this is a little bit ago in Monroe County. You can see there the large tornado in the background there on the other side of the field with that. So this is what we're talking about, large destructive tornadoes here in Indiana this evening. Large destructive tornadoes in Indiana here this evening. And so we'll continue to watch this. I am going to zoom out here just to get our bearings straight for everybody. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings all the way up in northeastern Indiana, the Fort Wayne area, all the way down through Muncie, through Richmond, here, and then we get into our tornado warnings here, and then we also have some severe thunderstorm warnings with these storms as well. So quite a bit going on. I am going to click on the radar up here. So okay, just wanted to check that out here. But yes, we've had confirmed reports, train spotter reports of tornado on the ground, cone-shaped tornado visible from the south side of Columbus with that. And did we just get an update on this one here? With that, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 9 miles southwest of Columbus, moving east at 45 miles per hour. And so let's continue to watch our, let's go back live here. Let's continue to watch what we're seeing here. We're looking south here. This is of Columbus at I-65 with that, and it's crossing over as we speak. Wellsboro, so if that would actually be just to the north of this one. So let's go to the, get to the northern one on that one. Okay, yes, we can with that. And so it's crossing right now. And what we've got reports of, the tornado has lifted. All right, it's back up in the atmosphere now. The rotation is still there, but the tornado itself has lifted. So we're not going to see the tornado crossing the road here as we might have just 5-10 minutes ago if it was here. And so we're getting reports here that it has lifted with this, and we'll be able to check right now. We don't see anything, and odds are we would be able to see it right now with this in the distance here. And so we're looking north here. This is Bartholomew County, where this tornado warning is taking place right now. You see the camera shaking there in the wind. You see the winds there blowing the trees around off to the side there. Occasionally you see a little bit of debris going through the air from these winds here. Cars are kind of slowed down a hair, maybe. You know how drivers are nowadays with that. But in the distance, we would see possible tornado going through here. So unfortunately, we can't see the clouds from this. I mean, we can, but we can't. We can't see any rotation from this view right here. But look at that camera shaking in the wind with this storm here. Let me show you exactly where we are at here, and with this camera. And so our camera is about now it's right in here with that facing the north there. And so we would have, as we're watching there, seen the what would be the tornado go right through this camera view here with that. But again, getting reports that it has lifted. Reports here that it has lifted. With that, I'm going to go back to so it's quickly lifted. Okay, so as I said, it dropped another one and then has lifted. Okay, and the wall cloud has kind of dissipated in on that, and so that's good news. That's good news. And you can see it here on the updated radar. Here, we're still seeing, a little bit of a hook here, but it's going to take some major recycling for it to drop here yet again. And so that's the good news here with this. We got the inflow here. We still have the outflow. It's looking like, all right, we got our hail core, okay, here in this area, but it doesn't look like it did just moments ago. If we put this in motion, you can see that hook. You can see that hook there really develop over Brown County. Watch this here. Watch this here. Really develop. You see the debris ball, and then it's either recycling right now, or hopefully, fingers crossed, it's kind of finishing out as it's starting to work in with some other storms here. With this, we got a brand new tornado warning. Not really brand new. We've just been focused on the other one for so long. Vigo, Sullivan, Clay, Owen counties until 8:45. We've got a tornado warning for this particular storm here in western Indiana with this. So we see a little bit of spin in the atmosphere. What's prompted here this tornado warning. And let's move to the east here. Still have a tornado warning. So southwestern Wayne County and central Fayette County until 8:45. So we'll continue to monitor this storm right here. Let's take a look at the velocity on it. So the reds and greens coming together. So just to the north of Columbia there is where we're watching the rotation with this. And then for about 10 more minutes, we'll take a look at this one here, Ripley, and Franklin, and Dearborn counties. Here, again, for another 10 minutes until 8:30. And so if we zoom in on this a little bit, let's take a look at the velocity. Velocity kind of spread out a little bit, so that's good news. We're not seeing any tight rotation with that storm. So those are the four we're looking at there. And then down here in the Evansville area, so this one's a particularly dangerous situation. Here, it's not in Indiana at this time, just to the south of Evansville. So that's our updates here on what's going on. We've got some severe storms from Fort Wayne through Richmond, entering into Ohio. Get them out of here. We've got a secondary line behind that is on the south side producing the tornado. Oops. And possible tornado is where the tornado warnings are. And we've got some severe thunderstorm warnings as well with this, 60-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball size hail. With that, and we got baseball size hail with the storm over the Clay City area right now. So lots going on, lots to talk about with this. Let's continue to follow up here on the Columbus storm. With that, we're not going to get any more camera views of that until later. So multiple tornado warnings here in Indiana right now. With this, let's reset ourselves. I'm going to keep this in motion and be back with you in a moment.